Hi, good evening, happy Friday. Hi there, it's April Braswell, and I'm a holistic living coach here in Orange County. I kind of describe that more as holistic living, as I'm not all about the diet, it's more about living a life that's holistic. I'm a professional coach. I have been for just about since I was about 28 years old, since like 92, 93, when things were first starting in San Francisco. So I do this evening in particular on EFT and tapping. EFT stands for Emotion Freedom Technique. That's been around for like 15, 12. I've been aware of it since like 2008, so obviously it existed before then. Back when I lived in the San Francisco Bay Area. What I like to do on Friday and Saturday nights is to offer EFT. It's more popularly known as tapping. Hi, thank you, welcome. Chime in the comments below and give it a thumbs up. Let me know when you're here. Chime in the comments and let me know where you're connecting from. So tapping's been around, EFT has been around for years, and it's gotten much more mainstream, is better known as tapping now for almost 10 years now. I think since when I first moved to Southern California in 2009, I think I first started hearing it being called tapping maybe around 2010 or something. So if you remember when you first started hearing it called tapping, chime in the comments and let me know. So what I do for this evening is tapping is really great for checking in and being in reality about having some stress, that and indeed we have anxiety, and that it was a lot of us are very focused on being love and light and a lot of positivity, and that's great. It's just the reality is things are stressful, and so invariably, as positive as we all are, some negative stuff comes in, and some stress comes in, some anxiety comes in. In particular, I am a sober mentor here in Orange County for women. So I make a point of doing the final round, like the last 5 minutes or so. I do in particular to support folks who are wanting to stay sober. And what I really heard from clients during this time in the isolation was that some of their cravings were still coming up. The old habit was still there in their mind. That's the unconscious mind. It was Friday and Saturday night, and that it was still coming up, and it was in particular in the evening on the weekend. So that's why I knew from Spirit to offer this on Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. We go for about half an hour. And really, it's just to do a little bit of tapping. You're always welcome to go longer on your own there at home. It's just to give you a tool and to give to give a little place for people to connect and say hello and welcome. Hi there, just like that. And to say hi and chime in the comments. Let me know where you're connecting from so we can all chime in a little bit about where we are after this week. So the thing about using EFT, using tapping, is if you've never done it before, so I always do a little bit of an introduction to it for folks who are here. Thank you, welcome. If are already familiar with it, I always do a little overview so that a new person can feel comfortable. So we're using the meridian system, which a lot of people are a little more familiar with now because of Eastern medicine from acupressure and acupuncture. And I describe it as that we are using and accessing our meridian system with tapping in a non-invasive way. You're not even pushing. There's no needles. It's not invasive at all. You're really just very, very lightly tapping. So by doing that and activating our meridian system, we indeed can be blessing our whole body with doing our meridian system, it activates it. What's nice with doing tapping is it activates it at a very gentle and non-invasive way. So at the end, you feel better. You might notice like a little tingle, like a little vibration in your skin or something like that. It's very, very gentle. So you won't notice anything that's too much or too strong. I do really like it for cravings for alcohol or things like that. And I ask that if that's not even an issue for you, to please hold the space for others and to stick around for those final few minutes. And when I do the phrasing for releasing the craving for alcohol, that you join me in holding the space for others so that those who are struggling to stay sober, where they are dealing with cravings, that we hold the space to make it that much easier and better and stronger for them to do so. So how it works for tapping is we do indeed tap. We start on the side of our hand there, that side just where that little divot is on the side of my hand. I'm showing you the space, but imagine that it's there, right there on the side of my hand. That's where we start with a little karate chop. Then we take our fingers and do the crown of our head. I like to do it like that because you kind of can't miss that way then. You don't have to worry, oh, should I get it perfect? Well, you don't have to. You're going to get it. And the next place to do, I'm doing a shorthand. There are more meridian tapping points that you can touch on. It's just I'm doing a shorthand version so we can kind of expedite it. You can do tapping for a good 45 minutes to an hour or so, and that's awesome. It's just this is a fast way that you can do tapping when you only have 15 minutes or something, or 10 minutes. You can go ahead and do a little bit of tapping, and you'll notice that things shift. So the next part is right here, and you want to use your fingers. My nails are getting really good. Use that little spot here. I like to do under here as well too. It's known as the under eye point. Hi, welcome, thank you. I'm just demonstrating how we're going to be doing the tapping sequence. And we do here under the eye, just a couple taps, and the next spot is here right under the nose, right here. And the next one is right here. You're just going to be using your fingers, 2 or 3 fingers. And the next spot that I do, here's the collarbone. And then right here is called a pain point. You're not going to like hurt yourself. But if you do it a couple minutes, you kind of like, it's a little more sensitive. A lot of nerves are there. And we do there. And then if your body accommodates it, hi, thank you, welcome, thanks for chiming in. If your body accommodates it, you want to cross your arms and tap with your hands. Well, I was given wonderful assets, so I can't cross my arms that way. I do it by the side. I do a little karate chop with the side of my hand, and I do, ladies, right here on the side there. I like to call it the under the bra strap area. So right under there. Thank you for chiming in and let me know where you're connecting from. We're just going to start the tapping in a minute. And then I'm just showing the sequence after you do that little area there just under the bra strap side. Hi, thank you. Good morning. Where are you connecting from? What time is it where you are? Then that last part, we're starting on one side. I'm starting on the left, and then I end on the right. I take 2 fingers and I do that little area. I'm going to show you from my ring finger here on the top of my hand, and so it's about an inch below that top of where your ring finger, that main knuckle is, about an inch down on, or half an inch down on the back of your hand. And you just do a little bit of tapping there with your hand. So what I like to do is you start with kind of a negative statement. And you're going to construct it. I recommend you get a piece of paper, a pen, a pencil, something you can write with. And then write out the reality of something that you're feeling a little negative about. And I like to give a number of, once you kind of identify what the thing is, and what's mine this week, is I'm actually feeling a little more hopeful. Am I feeling discouraged? Of course, I'm still feeling discouraged. I'm feeling discouraged, but I'm actually feeling more hopeful. So I started with the even though I'm feeling discouraged, boop, 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 boop. So 0 to 10, decide now, determine, it's like get on the scale with what level, what number would you give the severity of it? And sometimes, and just take a moment here, disconnect for a moment, connect with yourself and your wisdom and your higher self, and then just connect there for a few moments and feel into your heart and feel the discouragement. Give yourself permission to have the negative feeling. No, without judgment, we're just having it. It's like with a little kid when they tell us, I feel this way, just let them have the feeling for a minute. And just feel that feeling for a minute, and you might notice where you feel it in your body. And then just kind of exhale and feel it. And what number would you give it? And what's the first number that pops in your head? And the first number that popped in my head was a 5. A 5. And write that down, because what we want to do is at the end of the tapping, whatever it was that you were feeling negatively, is we want to reassess. And it's only going to be a few minutes, so you might not notice a huge difference. Keep doing the tapping for a good 10-15 minutes. Try to do several sequences, and you should notice the number actually will reduce. And this is something you can do as well too, to accelerate things that are wonderful. I'm just doing this in particular so that we can deal with and be a space to concretely deal with the negative things that are coming up right now and that are going on all around us. And I was at the grocery store today, and I felt like it's hard to describe it. It's like we're kind of used to it. It's a little weird way to describe it. And in a way, we were a little less sacred. The way that I feel like the last few weeks, we've all been very much in our hearts, and it's been very, very precious. And I felt like today we were a little more like doing all of our safeguards, but like being normal, if I can put it that way. So I want to make sure we keep that heart connection as long as possible. So let's go ahead and start the tapping rotation. And we're going to start with a little karate chop. Pick which side of your body you're going to start on. I start with my right hand, chopping onto my left. And so we start with that statement, even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged. Take my glasses off. I completely love and accept myself. And keep tapping when you're saying that, and say it out loud, including the part where you say, I completely love and accept myself. And don't use the word but, be careful, refrain from that. Use the word even though. Even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged with everything that's been going on, I completely love and accept myself. And even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged with what's been going on with COVID-19, things have been really different. I'm so used to connecting with people, connecting with clients during our sessions, as well as the professional networking of doing that in person. I'm feeling kind of discouraged with that. Even so, I completely love and accept myself. And now the area here between the eyes is even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged. And wait till you kind of notice that feeling just a little bit. You'll start to notice it. And it's just around here that I end up doing a big exhale, release. Even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged, I completely love and accept myself. And even though, here it is under the eye spot, even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged. Hi, welcome. Please give it a like and give it a comment and let me know how you're doing. Even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged, I completely love and accept myself. We'll be doing this for like another 5 or 10 minutes. Feel free to share it with a friend and invite them to come over. We're only going till about 6:30 here in California. And even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged, I completely love and accept myself. And I apologize. It does happen because of the Wi-Fi. We're all using home Wi-Fi now. I feel very blessed that I have Wi-Fi. Feeling very fortunate that that's the case, and it does drop sometimes. That's just the case with so many people using it now during COVID-19 that we're all using home Wi-Fi for a lot more, way more volume than it was designed for. So it might drop out. I apologize. You can come back and watch the video afterwards. It does capture it. And so, even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged during the COVID-19, to get in front of the people I am to work with, the people who are praying to work with me, for them to find me. In particular, the women here in Orange County and in New York who want to get sober in a holistic way, using a holistic approach. I want them to find me. And I know, Lord, you are working through me for them to find me. I completely love and accept myself. And even though I've been feeling kind of discouraged with having the people who are wanting to work with me, and I think also the doTERRA work that I do, because we have these amazing tools with doTERRA, and I can't just vomit it all over the place. It doesn't really bless people that way. But I want them to know. I want the people on my page, I want the people in my timeline, my friends, people I've known from school from years ago, to know about these resources, both the resources and the financial resource that it is. There are so many people, Lord, who are wanting to start a home-based business at low cost, where they don't have to spend thousands and they can start a home business. I've been feeling discouraged to attract them, to be in front of them, for them to find me. Even so, I completely love and accept myself. And I want you to fill in those level of details for your life, whatever that is. I'm going to say this for two ladies I know. Even though I've been feeling discouraged, there are two ladies I know where they are massage therapists. So their whole 100% of their income has completely changed, where they're feeling discouraged. And even though I'm feeling discouraged to earn my living with my hands the way I'm used to, even so, I completely love and accept myself. And now I switch over to the other side. And when you do this, and when you switch to the other side, you engage your whole brain. I actually notice by now I have a little vibration, a little inner tingle. So I hope you're noticing something like that for you too. So I take two fingers and then I just do the very back of my hand and I make it the positive statement now. Things are improved. And even though I was feeling kind of discouraged during the COVID-19 situation, to be found by the people I'm to work with and to shine my essence and attract my tribe, the people I'm to work with, the folks from my doTERRA team, the folks from my coaching clients here and through the internet, I'm actually feeling encouraged. I actually was chatting with a lady today, and she's a nurse, and it was just, we had such a wonderful connection, and I feel like I've been slowing down, Lord, you've brought people to me in smaller numbers. It's like a person or two at a time, where we get to slow down during this precious time during COVID and create relationships of connection. Kind of awesome, isn't it? And now I'm going to do one more rotation. I hope you stay with me. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I ask and request that you stay with me, even if this is not an issue for you, to hold the space for others. Please join me now in any way that you are a light worker, where you bring God's essence, God's radiance into the world, and you shine that. Please do this last part as a meditation and as a gift for others, and hold this space for them who are struggling. And these words that I utter, this is how I felt 2 years ago. But I was very blessed when the day I got sober on February 22nd, I have to look up the exact date. I think it was the 21st, the 22nd of February 2018. he flipped a switch inside of me, and I've never craved alcohol since. I might have missed it here or there, but it hasn't been a struggle. It has been rebuilding. My life has been a struggle. That was never a struggle. So these words I utter to hold the space for you all and everyone who comes in later when you're listening to it here or to Facebook at my page, April Braswell Biz, B-I-Z, or here at YouTube when I load it later so that it blesses people later. And if that's you, where you're struggling, please contact me here over at my page. My phone number is there for getting a hold of me. You're always welcome to come here on Friday, Saturday nights for free. And I do things also in some of the rehab centers where I'm a guest provider, I guess it's called, where someone else is facilitating and I bring some of the integrative wellness tools in. We're even doing it by Zoom. So this last rotation is for all those people. Bless you. I am your sister. I'm your sister in sobriety. And if you are struggling, I am here to be a space, a rock, and to empower you for your sobriety and doing so with finding true freedom. Repeat after me. Even though I'm craving alcohol, I completely love and accept myself. And even though I've been having some thoughts and feelings to crave alcohol, I've even been thinking about and plotting about how I'm going to get alcohol tonight so I can get drunk later on. I completely love and accept myself. Thank you. Thanks. I completely love and accept myself. Thank you. And then even though I've been having some thoughts and feelings and cravings for alcohol, I completely love and accept myself. Yes. And thank you to all of you who are staying. Thank you. Even though I've been having thoughts and feelings for alcohol, I completely love and accept myself. Beep. Gotta scratch the nose. That's not part of the tapping. And even though I've been having thoughts and feelings for alcohol, I completely love and accept myself. And even though I had been having some thoughts and feelings for alcohol, some cravings, I'm choosing to stay sober. I'm choosing to stay sober tonight. Yeah. And even though earlier I'd been having some cravings for alcohol, I'm choosing to stay sober tonight. And I'm choosing to stay sober today. I'm with you. I completely love and accept myself. And even though earlier I was having some cravings for alcohol, I'm going to stay sober. And I'm choosing to stay sober. And I completely love and accept myself. And then one last, you're tapping on the back of our hands over on the other side. Go ahead and say that. Even though earlier I was having some thoughts and cravings for some alcohol, I'm feeling kind of good and hopeful that tonight I stay sober. And I'm choosing to stay sober. And God bless if that is you. Today and tonight and every day of the rest of my life, I choose to stay sober. Thank you so much for joining me today and for all of you who stayed to bless all of the others and hold the space for sobriety for those that's what they choose and that is their path to be sober and free. And that's the phrase that I embrace from AA that I rather love. It's the one that I love. I am happy, joyous, and free. And if that is you, God bless and welcome. Do chime in the comments and let me know where you're connecting from. Hello, and give it a thumbs up and share this with your friends afterwards where this is a blessing for them, and share my page with them as I do the guided meditations Monday through Friday, and let me know how I can be a prayer blessing for you and how things are going where you are. Thank you so much. God bless and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye. Blessings.